Wildcard playoff weekend is almost here for the NFL, and it looks like we might be having one of the craziest weekends we've seen, at least when it comes to weather. For both the Kansas City Chiefs home game and the Buffalo Bills home game, we are seeing some insane weather predictions. For Kansas City, this might end up being the coldest game they've played in history. Projections right now, minus 30-degree wind chill. That's what we're looking at. And of course, the Dolphins, they're not used to something like that. The Dolphins are going to Kansas City to play what could be negative 30-degree wind chill. That certainly doesn't bode well for them, but just a little bit of cold is nothing compared to right now what they're expecting at the Buffalo Bills game. The Bills-Steelers game right now, not only are they expecting high winds, gusting between 50 and 60 miles an hour, but also potentially up to a foot or more of snowfall, a blizzard. And it's one thing to play in snow. It's another thing to play in 50-mile-an-hour winds. How are people going to get to the stadium? All of these things right now are being discussed. And after a couple rumors and stories and reports were floated out there that the NFL would consider moving the game, that maybe they'll go play it in Cleveland, something like that, apparently the NFL is saying, no, we've had no discussions about moving this game. NFL, no discussions about moving Steelers versus Bills playoff game due to snow. The NFL is not considering relocating Sunday's AFC wildcard matchup between the Bills and the Steelers due to weather concerns. We are monitoring conditions as we do for every game, but there have been no discussions about making a change to the game's status, Vice President Communications Brian McCarthy said. While Sunday's forecast doesn't call for a significant snowfall, a winter storm watch is in effect for western New York. So there's a potential that by the time you get there, you're looking at a foot to maybe even 3 feet, some people are calling for, of snow in Buffalo. So for people trying to get to the game, that's going to be a nightmare. We've seen them move these Buffalo games before. Was it last year, maybe the year before, that a Buffalo game ended up moving to Detroit because of snow? And I think a lot of people would have loved to see the snow game, but because people couldn't make it to the stadium, that's one of the reasons they decided to do something like that. Now, this is all following reports that came out that apparently people in Cleveland were told to make sure to have the stadium ready if we need to move there, if there needs to be an emergency, something like that. KDA Radio's Marty Griffin reported Thursday that Sunday's game could be moved to Cleveland if a state emergency is declared. Griffin added the Browns stadium officials had been told to be ready. The Browns do play. Obviously, they're heading to Houston, Texas to play C.J. Stroud. But between these two couple games here, Kansas City going to be cold as shit. And of course, in Buffalo, going to be very snowy and very, very windy as well. That's really going to make it hard on these guys. If you're playing in 50-mile-an-hour winds, going to see a lot of running the ball, no doubt about that. That might actually play into the Pittsburgh Steelers' hands. Not that they're great against the run, but certainly if they can have Josh Allen not throw the ball as much, that's probably better for them. Josh Allen's still very, very useful in the run game as well. But it's interesting that with all of these stories out there, all the snow and all the wind that might be projected, that they've had no discussions, according to them, of actually moving this game. We could see a nightmare scenario for people getting there, for teams getting to Buffalo, for fans getting into the stadium. I hope that it goes forward. I hope it doesn't get moved. I like to see nature have its effect. I like that shit. I like seeing snow games. I like seeing quarterbacks and players have to deal with the elements. That's really fucking football. None of this dome bullshit. So I say bring it on. I hope it continues to. I hope it's windy as hell and they don't move the game, but we'll see. What do you guys think about this? What should the NFL do if it really is that bad and maybe some people can't even get to the stadium? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.